Hello, today let's learn about the fast travel feature in Conan Exiles. There are a few ways of teleporting yourself quickly between different parts of the map in the game, and I'm here to show you how you can do that. Even though it's a feature that you can skip in the game if you prefer, it's not everyone's cup of tea. In the base game, you can do it by using the map room and obelisks or opt for the Transportory stones instead. If you have access to mods, like the Pippi user and server management mod, you can fast travel by using the portals and warps from it. Let's start with the map room. I do have an old guide for this, but decided to talk about it once again in this video a little more in depth. The map room is a big object that you can craft and place. This is a fast travel method that is exclusive to the Exile Lands map, meaning you cannot unlock it if you are playing on the Isle of Sita expansion map, for example. To unlock the map room, you must go to the named city and enter the archives. I usually go through the Dawn Gate, which is the eastern entrance from the city. I think it is the most appropriate path to reach the archives. Be careful with the enemies on the way. You can also access the named city through the other entrances, but you will face tough enemies and a longer distance to run, just in case you only wish to focus in unlocking the map room for now. However, the named city has useful items for you to grab, so I suggest you to become strong enough to fully explore it once you get the opportunity to do so. By the archives, you will meet the archivist NPC. By interacting with him, you will learn some game lore as well as the cartographer knowledge, which unlocks the map room and the corrupted stone recipes. Now hold your construction hammer to open the building menu and select the Decorations tab. You can find the map room under the Special category. Make sure to have enough resources to craft it. It's only possible to place a map room over structure pieces, so you'll need to build a platform of at least 8x8 square foundations. Inside a closed room, that room has to be at least 2 walls tall. You can also use wedge foundations to place your map room. Once it's placed, you can see the Exile Lands minimap, along with small pillars. These pillars will be working after you attune your bracelets to each obelisk located in different parts of the map. You can build multiple map rooms through many parts of the map, which can be very convenient and expensive. The map room pillars, obelisks and your bracelet must be linked to make this form of fast traveling method fully functional. Once you interact with an obelisk, the respective pillar of the map room will become active and an option to teleport over it will show up. You just have to press the interaction key or button to fast travel to the location of the obelisk. You can use the map room infinite times at zero costs, but the map room is a one-way only trip. Once you have teleported from it to an obelisk in a different part of the map, you will have to travel back to where the map room is at on your own foot or by riding a mount instead. About the obelisks, they are some sort of strange looking monoliths. There are about 10 obelisks through the Exile lands. You must go to each area where these obelisks are at and interact with them to attune your bracelet to them, so the corresponding map room pillars can become active. You can do this even before you unlock the map room recipe if you wish to. Standing near an obelisk will make you corrupted over time, so stay away from obelisks to stop gaining corruption. Anyone can use your map room if they have access to it. Also, if you have active followers, they will teleport with you. Now let's talk about the Transportory stone. This fast travel method was implemented with the Age of Sorcery update. In comparison with the map room, Transportory stones give you more freedom when it comes to choose which areas you wish to teleport to. The Transportory stone is heavily linked to sorcery in the game, and whoever plays with sorcery in Conan Exiles will eventually become corrupted. However, that's something that you can fix after using this stone. Anyway, let's talk about that later. After you have learned how to become a sorcerer and unlocked several words of power in your thaumaturgy bench, by leveling up your Tome of Kurak, you will learn different spells and recipes like the Transportory stone crafting recipe. To get what you need, go to the Shaleback Hollow Cave in the Exile Lands map or the cave near the River Watch Keep Camp in the Isle of Sipta map and unlock basic sorcery. After entering in these areas, depending on which map you're playing on, you will find the book to interact with, which will make you learn the first steps of sorcery and give you the Tome of Kurak and a few more things. After getting your thaumaturgy bench, place your Tome of Kurak inside it and get enough resources to start upgrading it. You will need sorcerer's spell pages to keep upgrading it together with diverse resources. These sorcerer's spell pages can be obtained by looking for scrolls at diverse points of interest like some camps or even dungeons, opening satchels dropped by sorcerer NPCs, crafting sorcerer spell pages at the thaumaturgy bench with the help of a sorcerer troll. You will learn the Transportory stone recipe after upgrading your Tome of Kurak around 13 times or so. You will need to have inside your thaumaturgy bench the following items: the Tome of Kurak, 1 sorcerer's spell page, 50 units of black blood, and 100 units of witchfire powder. Then hold your construction hammer and open the building menu. At the crafting station section, you will find the Transportory stone under the sorcery category. Make sure to hold in your inventory the necessary crafting materials. You can place several Transportory stones through many areas of the map you are currently playing on. as long as you are allowed to build in those areas. You cannot place transportory stones way too close to each other. You can travel back and forth between transportory stones as many times as you wish to, opposite to the map room and obelisks. However, you must set up at least 2 transportory stones in different locations of the map so you can start traveling between them. To set transportory stones and make them ready to use and fully functional, place one at the starting point and ignite it with 50 brimstones and 3 units of sacrificial blood in a flask. Then go to the next desired location you wish to fast travel to in the future and place down another transportory stone, igniting it with the same resources. Both transportory stones, if placed, will be connected to each other as long as you keep them ignited. If you place and ignite a third one, that will be linked to the other 2 you have previously placed. Once your transportory stones are set up and ignited, little stones will float inside them with the names of the locations where each fast travel point is at. Just use your interaction key or button while aiming at the desired stone to teleport yourself. There is a small cooldown between each travel. A transportory stone can be either placed on the ground or over foundations, but I find easier just to place it over foundations. Anyone can use your stones if they are ignited, by the way, so be careful if you have any transportory stone inside of your base or a player can teleport inside it and steal your things. If you are playing on a server with player structure damage setting on, make sure to build a structure to protect any transportory stone you have through the map, or other players can destroy it. To get the resources to ignite transportory stones in the case of Brimstone, if you are in the Exile lands, you can get Brimstones by the Shattered Springs. There is one or another node you can mine from safely, however I advise using a gas or sandstone mask because of the noxious gas in the air, and you can also find a good amount of this resource inside some caves on this map. If you are playing in the Isle of Sipta, then you'll find brimstone in different parts, like around the tower, near vaults entrances, a few lakes, and even by the Isle of Dusk. To get sacrificial blood in a flask, since you had to learn sorcery, you can already craft a sacrificial stone. You must knock out and drag a human NPC into the sacrificial stone, like you hold into a wheel of pain. And then perform the blood rite ritual. With the help of a glass flask, you can then craft inside the stone a sacrificial blood in a flask. Do this about 3 times to get 3 flasks with blood, to then ignite each transportory stone you own, together with the brimstone. Be aware that the transportory stones will remain ignited after you use them. You can decide to extinguish them or not. To extinguish a transportory stone, just select the desired option in the stone interface. It doesn't cost anything to do this. Extinguished transportory stones will not be linked to other stones anymore until you ignite them again. You can reignite a stone anytime again, as long as you have new resources to do it, of course. Traveling between stones is for free though. Igniting transportory stones as well as using them to teleport yourself will make you corrupted, since these actions are considered rituals, and ritual magic in Conan Exiles is a form of sorcery, and sorcery makes you corrupted. Corruption cleansers like Dancer Trolls, Cleansing Brew, and the Art of the Hero, for example, can heal you from this curse. If you fast travel multiple times within a short period using transportory stones, your character will become extremely corrupted due to the demonic energies used in the process, and this will drain your stamina and health, like pretty much almost to the max. One little bite from, let's say, baby shellback will be enough to kill you. So be careful while using this form of teleportation. You must wait for the negative temporary effects to pass, so you can safely heal yourself from your corruption before moving around. Last but not least, there is an even more customizable way of fast travel in Conan Exiles. However, this one is not accessible to all players since it's modded, unfortunately. Maybe there are other mods out there with portals, but let's talk a bit about the portals and warps from the Pippi user and server management mod that does exist for a few years now. A portal is no more than a gate, also used to fast travel between different points of a map, and they look like holes that glow around their limits. And if you have admin rights, you can place them around anywhere in your map and customize them to your own taste. I'm dropping the link for this mod on this video description below. For a portal to be fully functional, you also have to set up a warp, and warp is the invisible part of the portal that makes this form of fast travel to actually work. To set up warps, you have to grant yourself admin rights in your server or session you are currently on. Then go to the modded admin panel and click on the Warps tab. There are plenty of options here from the Pippi mod, and double check if the warps are already enabled. For everything else to work, by default they usually are. And there should be some warps here already set up by default too, but I prefer creating some custom ones instead. You can set up multiple warps for many locations of the map, and this applies to any map you are currently playing on. To create a new warp, click on the Create Warp and type a name you wish, and then add a description to the current warp you are creating. I find useful mentioning the full name of the location of the warp I'm creating, so I'm aware of what I'm doing. Okay, yeah. Then click on the Create button when you are done. You can always edit previously created warps and even update or change their location in the future, by the way. There are options here to do that, which can be quite useful. Now back to the portal. This is an item that cannot be crafted, but only spawned through the admin item spawning list. Go to the admin cheat panel and then to the building section and type portal on the search bar, as it's faster to find it like this. Mods are usually found at the bottom of the list, by the way. Spawn in as many portals as you need, then add them to your hotbar. You must choose which warp your portal will be linked to after you have placed it, since you must configure the portal once you have placed it to make it functional. You can place portals anywhere in the map really, from points of interest to random locations, or even inside player-made buildings if you prefer. They are really easy to place and to work with. I recommend setting up a warp before placing a portal though. A portal should be always placed in the warp zone, by the way. After you place a portal in the world, interact with the portal to open a window. This is the portal interface with several options to customize it. If you're using this for your own server, then you may be interested in using the whitelist, clan ownership and a few other settings. Otherwise, don't bother with those. You can customize the portal's name, size and even the color. To make it fully work, choose a portal destination, which is the warp zone you want to fast travel to. The portal destination shows all the available warps that currently exist, from the default warps to the ones you have created on the warps panel. You can change the portal destination anytime. Once you are done editing the current portal, click on the apply button. If you wish to travel back and forth between two portals, you must set up a second portal in another location, which should be the destination point. If you don't set up at least a second warp and portal, it means that you have made a one-way only teleportation. To link two portals, you have to set up a warp location at your starting point and place down a portal. Travel to your destination point and then set up a warp location there, placing a second portal. Interact with the destination point portal and choose the starting point warp in the portal destination settings, then apply the changes. Go back to the starting point, interact with the portal and choose the destination point warp in the portal destination settings. And you're done. You can keep adding more warps and portals to travel between multiple locations like this. To fast travel, just enter a portal by approaching it. A loading screen will appear and it only takes a few seconds to travel to another part of the map. It doesn't cost anything to travel like this by default, but an admin can set up a cost for each travel if they wish to do that. There's also a command, a teleport command from this mod itself that admins can set up to do so. To finish the video, I'd like to tell you that really the best form of fast travel in Conan Exiles is, in my opinion at least, the Transportory stone. Even though this stone demands you to become a sorcerer at a certain point of your gameplay, suffering all the consequences from that, is still the most convenient form of teleportation in the game, since it's fully available for all sorts of players in every platform the game can be played on. And you can use these stones to teleport yourself in any map where sorcery can be unlocked at. Also, you can fast travel back and forth multiple times, having the chances of healing yourself from the tainted statues and corruption itself. What do you think about these fast travel methods? Thank you for watching my guides.